A very good morning, class. I hope the last class was informative. In today's class, we'll be seeing about figures of speech. So, you will be able to identify figures of speech in a writing, understand the purpose of using a figures of speech. You'll be able to give examples for each figures of speech, and also will be able to apply the figures of speech in your own writing. Okay, I hope the last class we learned a little types of figures of speech, and I hope it was useful, and I hope you also understood the concept. So we saw about onomatopoeia, personification, and some other hyperbole and so on. So in today's class, let's see some of other figures of speeches. Okay, so let's start with alliteration. Have you yet figured it out? Here are more examples to help refine your definition. Alliteration. Sue shook her silk silver hair as the sun was setting. So, what is the very thing that hits your head? Okay, I'll go for another example. Elizabeth easily eyed an elephant in the elevator. So, can you see that it's all rhyming? The first letter, it's all the repetitive of letter has been used. Sue shook silk silver sun setting. Here, Elizabeth easily eyed elephant elevator. So the letters have been repeated, not just the letters. The first, the sound is almost the same as well. I mean, the first letter sound, like Elizabeth, easy, I, elephant, elevator. So I hope you understand. So alliteration is basically repetition of letters. Alliteration is the repetition of beginning consonant sounds such as six silly swan went swimming in the sea. Six silly sea swan went swimming in the sea. Six and sea and silly goes together. Swan swimming goes together. It's important to note that not every word in the sentence has to begin with the same letter in order for it to be considered alliteration. In the above example, only 5 out of 8 words begin with yes. Okay. So it's not just that the letters have to be the same. The sound also matters. Okay. So alliteration. Take a look at the following examples of alliteration. Brad wore his blue and brown blazer. She springs like a beam of brow of the tide. So she springs. Beam brow. Gale, we glide and we sing. Six swan went swimming in the sea. So these are some of the examples. More example. She sway like a okay. So you get the examples of alliteration. Now moving to the simile. So simile is basically comparing two unlike things with like or as. Okay. So she sways like a flower. She skims like a bird. She hangs like a star. She falls like a tear. His tempo was as explosive as a volcano. So using when there is like and as in a sentence, you can close your eyes and you can write it as simile. Okay. When there is a comparison and there is these two words like or as, either one. Okay. You can't expect both the words. Either one of these words, it can be like or as. If any one of the word has been used, you can blindly say that it is a simile, because similes may similes characteristic is comparing two unintimate things with using like or as. Definition: comparing two unlike things using like or as. Example: we bear her along like a pearl on a string. So it's like we are carrying her like a pearl on a string. Like, so here the word like has been used. So her, so it's a person, and then a person has been compared to a non-living thing, that is a pearl in a chain, a string. So it's both unlike things being compared, and there is a word like that has been used like a conjunction to compare. Explanation: the bride and the pearl are unlike things. When we compare the softness of carrying the bride to the softly carried pearl, you are using a simile. Okay, so it's a bride, it seems. So we bear her like a pearl on a string. So her is a bride. So bride and a pearl and a string is a two unlike things, so comparing it is simile with like, yeah. So metaphor, what is metaphor? Metaphor, an implied comparison between two unlike things. So this is also comparison with two unlike things, but that has something important in common. It has something important in common. Another one way to easily identify it is, it does not have a like or a as. Okay, the boy was a fish in the water. So like he didn't want to get out of the water, so the writer has said it as a boy was a fish in the water. So a fish and a boy has been compared. That is two unlike things, right? Yeah. The definition of metaphor is similar to definition of simile, but there is one important difference between the two of them. Remember, the definition of simile was two parts. Two unlike things are being compared. Words like and as are used to make comparison. There will always be two parts in the definition of the metaphor. Metaphor versus simile. Using the following example to figure out the definition of metaphor. Simile. Mike is like a teddy bear. Mike is as soft as a teddy bear. Metaphor. Mike is a teddy bear. So there is no like or as. So he's like directly comparing it. In the metaphor example, it's also being compared. Mike is a teddy bear. He's not a teddy bear. So basically it's a comparison. So you know that he's a human. Mike is a human and he's not a teddy bear. So they're both unlike things, and so it's been compared, but there is no like or as. So we can identify that it is a metaphor and not a simile. The boy is like a pig. The boy is as messy as a pig. The boy is a pig. So do you understand? Yeah. Imagery is a very beautiful thing. Another example, the bride skims like a bird on the foam of a stream. So basically, giving details to a sentence is what is imagery. Like when you read that particular sentence, you have to picturize the thing that the writer is telling you. That is a imagery. Descriptive writing that appeals to the senses. So appeals to the senses, not just like senses, that is like all the five senses. So to the sight, taste, touch, smell and hearing. Think of it this way: when a writer uses imagery, the descriptive writing helps create a picture or image in your mind. So basically giving a lot of details and like enhancing the flavor is what imagery goes by. The bearer bear the bridge along like a pearl on a string. So can you just imagine, there's also the picture. So the bearers bear the bridge like a pearl on a string. Okay, so seeing the picture you can imagine, right? Yeah. So I hope you understood the lesson from today's class, and I hope you will be able to identify the figures of speech in the writing, understand the purpose why figures of speech are being used, and I also hope that you will be able to give your own example for each figures of speech and also apply these figures of speech in your creative writing. Thank you. Have a nice day.